Hello and welcome to Post-Match Chat. Match 5 of the IPL is now in the history books, and it was a very, very exciting match. The Mumbai Indians beating the Kolkata Knight Riders by 10 runs against the odds. I mean, it didn't look like it was going to happen. They looked like they scored a below par total, 152. They defended it. They managed to restrict Kolkata Knight Riders to 142. Extraordinary game. We're going to talk all about it. By we, I mean me, Aatif, Nawaz, and my very, very special guest today, Sritama, Panda. Sritama, what a game of cricket we just saw. Be honest with me. At the halfway point, did you really think Mumbai Indians were going to win this game?
No, totally not at all, because I support KKR and SRH because I'm from Kolkata. So I obviously wanted, and after the Russell death over show, okay, I mean, the total was really below par. It was not even on par for Mumbai Indians. I really thought that, oh my God, Russell has sealed the deal today.
Yeah.
He might not even have to bat that good. But then, totally derailed because of Rahul Chahar.
We'll talk about Rahul Chahar a bit later. Since you mentioned Andre Russell, ये हो क्या रहा है IPL में? मुझे जरा समझाओ तो सही कि देखो, Andre Russell 2 overs 5 for 15, spectacular. 3 of those wickets came in the last over of the innings as well. We saw Harshal Patel in the first match as well take 5 wickets and have an incredible death over. लोगों को 20th over में batting करना भूल गया, क्या हो रहा है ये?
सच में, I mean, like 20th ओवर में bowlers के ऊपर ज्यादा प्रेशर होता है. No matter how much you like, अगर 20-22 रन भी होते हैं तो भी bowler के ऊपर प्रेशर होता है. यहाँ पे लग रहा है कि बैट्समैन के ऊपर प्रेशर है. Like bowlers ऐसे बोल कर रहे हैं कि like मतलब पूरे मैच में जितना अच्छा नहीं किया वो लास्ट ओवर में आके कर रहे हैं. Just imagine, like Bolt is a like experienced bowler, but वो death bowler नहीं है. He's not a specialist in death overs. And getting a performance like that from him is not shocking or like very surprising. It's good, but you know, him bowling better in the final over than the rest of the game is really weird. But again, Harshal Patel, Arshdeep Singh, ये सब like they are, I mean, they are uncapped players, and उनसे इतना death overs में expect करना ये मतलब IPL के वजह से ही possible है. देख के अच्छा लग रहा है, obviously. So it's good. I think we should go on. और भी teams को करना चाहिए ऐसे support back करना चाहिए.
Bilkul. That last week, like, you know, I was listening to the BBC commentary. I wasn't on commentary today, but I was listening to it, and they were like, you know, oh, we need these fireworks, and where are these fireworks? 10 and over in the last 5 overs is a given, and nowhere near that in the end. I mean, there was a lot of intent shown. Krunal Pandya with a little cameo of 15, but other players found it really hard to get going. Hardik Pandya earlier got 15 of 17, really struggled. But again, you know, Prasidh Krishna, who started out very expensive bowling to Surya Kumar Yadav and Rohit Sharma, he pulled it back, managed to get himself a few wickets as well. At the top of the innings, I mean, Quinton de Kock's come in, didn't do very well, but he didn't stick around too long, 2 off 6. Then Surya Kumar Yadav with like an incredible innings. We're getting used to seeing these stunning innings, 56 of 36. Probably the pick of the batsman comfortably for Mumbai Indians, है ना?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Sky से तो इतना expect कर ही सकते हैं, because last match wasn't like he being himself, but we know the kind of form he is in. And it's not about a few months or a season, it's been years, and Sky has been like fantastic. So it was good to see, really good to see Sky perform. Like, but उसके बाद expect ही नहीं किया था कि भाई पोलार्ड और पांड्या से तो सबसे ज्यादा फायरवर्क्स हम लोग एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं. ये सोचा ही नहीं था कि ऐसा होगा. बस पोलार्ड, लाइक अगर मुंबई हारती भी है, बिकॉज जैसे वेस्ट इंडीज जैसे न्यूजीलैंड में हारी थी, बट पोलार्ड ही गोज क्रेजी, ही गोज लाइक जितना है बस फुल ब्लोन बैटिंग, यू नो, लाइक फायरवर्क्स शुरू कर देता है. तो वो बिल्कुल नहीं था आज कहीं भी.
Well, it wasn't just Pollard and Pandya, but you know, like even Ishan Kishan. When you look at that Mumbai Indians batting lineup, right, it looks exceptionally strong. You got Rohit Sharma and Quinton de Kock at the top. Okay, both very capable players. One of them a bona fide legend already, right? Surya Kumar Yadav, we all know why he's great. Then you got Ishan Kishan, fresh off a fantastic debut for India against England. that you're expecting big things in the IPL. Hardik Pandya, big hitter. Kieran Pollard, huge hitter. Krunal Pandya, big hitter. लेकिन किसी से आज big hit लगी नहीं. Like it was so like frustrating listening. वो ये क्या हुआ क्या इनके साथ आज? Was it just exceptional bowling from Kolkata?
I have no idea. No, because I think both teams, if we have to, credit the bowlers, then both teams, because Russell, Karthik, I mean, दोनों के साथ ऐसा हुआ तो मैं सोच रही हूँ कि जब राशिद खान इस पिच पे बॉल करेगा तो क्या होगा. Like it's going to be crazy. I mean, बहुत. And KKR have to be like really, एक जीत के बाद जो वो उनका एक कॉन्फिडेंस आ जाता है, वो हटा के उनको देखना चाहिए कि टेक अवेज क्या है गेम से, क्योंकि पिछला गेम भी इतना स्ट्रांग नहीं था. जीत तो गए थे बट इतना स्ट्रांग नहीं था बिकॉज SRH हैड एन ऑफ डे. तो KKR को लेके भी ये एक प्रॉब्लम है. ये मतलब मैं क्या ही बोलूं, ये टोटल तो मतलब चेस करना चाहिए था.
Bilkul, 150 is so far below, 152 they got in the end, so far below par. It was extraordinary. They lost the last wicket on the last ball as well, so they're all out for 152. Some of the bowlers, it's worth noting that, as you say, Sritama, you're right. I'm guessing the batsmen, like the bowlers did bowl very well. Shakib Al Hasan, 4 overs, 1 for 23. Varun Chakravarti, 4 overs, 1 for 27. Pat Cummins, two wickets for 24 off 4 overs as well. And then obviously Andre Russell with that killer last over. Pat Cummins, though, was very impressive for me today. I tell you why, because he bowled 12 dot balls. Literally half of the deliveries he bowled were dot balls. That is an extraordinary statistic in IPL cricket.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, this myth that these bowlers can't bowl well in India, these pacers, it's totally a myth, and that's the reason of the price tag. That's like, we have to credit the franchisees for backing these players, because you have like Pat Cummins did not stand up according to his price tag. He did not do that well last season, but they have backed him, so they know his talent. So I think KKR does well in this department of backing players. They actually do it. I can't say they did the same with Kuldeep, but mostly they have done, because Shubman Gill is a product of KKR. So I really like this, and maybe like what we have seen from Cummins or from Bolt today, I am really excited for the T20 World Cup. I mean, especially for Bolt, because he's going to play for my team.
Yes,
so
of
it's
course.
Amazing.
Of course, Bolt was tremendous, but let's go back to the top of that Kolkata batting performance, right? It started out beautifully for them. Nitish Rana continuing his form from the first game. He got 80 odd in the first game, gets another 50 here, was looking so sublime. Shubman Gill keeping him good company as well. 57 for Nitish Rana, 33 for Shubman Gill. It was going swimmingly. 8.4 overs, 72 runs, no wickets fallen. They were cruising, absolutely cruising. And then entered Rahul Chahar. Incredible performance. He finished with stats of 4 overs, 4 for 27. I mean, he just literally single-handedly turned the game on its head.
Totally. I mean, he just like, the top order was looking sublime, and then suddenly one guy just comes in and he wipes it out. It was so. Even after that, I thought that maybe there's a chance of redemption. It's not a big total. They literally needed 31 runs of the last 5 overs, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. 31 runs, and there's Russell and there's Karthik. How do you not expect them to chase that? So it's, I think Bumrah's over, Krunal Pandya's over. Oh my God, his 17th over. It was so good. Then Bumrah, then Bolt completely. I mean, I expected him to bowl well in the last over. I did not expect him to do this well.
Yeah, they gave Rahul Chahar the Player of the Match award, but as you rightly say, Sritama, Krunal Pandya, 4 overs, 1 for 13. We talked about Pat Cummins bowling 12 dot balls. Krunal Pandya bowled 13 dot balls in the game. His economy rate was 3.25, having bowled 4 overs. Remember, defending a measly 152. Incredible with the ball. And he wasn't alone. There was so many great performances. Trent Bolt, as you already said, 2 wickets, 2 for 27. Very, very impressive. Chahar, he got the man of the match. 4 wickets, 4 overs, 27 runs. But it really was Krunal Pandya, for me, it was that 17th over, like you say, to keep a bottle on it when the opposition need 30. You would back like an 8 and a 9 or a 10 and an 11 to get you 30 in 5 overs in T20 cricket on a good surface. That was an exceptional bowling performance from Krunal Pandya.
I mean, they had the perfect game plan, I think. Like from what Chahar had to say after the game, he said that I know Shubman Gill since the under-19 days, and that's why I knew that he's not going to bowl, hit back-to-back sixes. So I just kept tossing up, and it's so nasty. I think they've like totally done their homework well. That's what I feel from this game. And when it's Mumbai Indians, you cannot write them off. Like they literally are like peak Australia. Someone or the other will perform. And today it was Rahul Chahar, because the first 4 wickets, the top order, he wiped that out, and that meant something. I mean, because this was such a target, you didn't need a finisher to finish it. I would say a top order could have easily done it. So that's why maybe Chahar was chosen as the man of the match.
Yeah, it was incredible. It really was an incredible match. I would say, one of the performances of the tournament so far. Like, there's so many great things happening in this tournament. It's hard to pick out one thing, but it's blown the tournament wide open. Mumbai Indians lost their first game. They've come back so strongly in this game. They're sitting at number 2 in the IPL table. It's very early doors. Only Kolkata and Mumbai have played 2 games, but there's 3 teams between them in the table already. So, I mean, what are you thinking? Early doors, what feeling are you getting? Like, even last year, we saw the Mumbai Indians lose their first game and then start to come back strongly. Are they going to repeat that pattern? Do you think, an inevitable 4th consecutive title is going to happen? Or do you think someone like Kolkata or maybe Delhi or even like a Sunrisers are going to come through and take it this year?
I personally would want SRH or DC to win.
Yeah.
But I think because KK are not there yet, I don't think they can probably make the playoffs. They don't like perform like this, so inconsistent. But if they have a perfect combo, have a perfect 11 to go for, they have to build 2 11s, maybe like keep 2 11s ready, but give enough thought into it. Then maybe, but otherwise, Mumbai have like on paper they are unbeatable. I mean, there are playoffs, there's knockouts, there's that comes into account. Maybe they won't top the table, but they'll still make it to the final. I have that feeling.
I think it would be very surprising. It would be very surprising if Mumbai didn't make it to the playoff stage. But then we thought the same thing about Chennai the last time around. We didn't think Chennai would ever miss out on the playoff stages, and they did. So you never really know.
Basically, that was Chennai were like, they were not prepared. So nobody was prepared to play outside of India. I think Chennai are more, they play the IPL like it should be played in India. So they were like,
Well, they haven't started very well. They lost their first game. Punjab Kings, by the way.
This time they don't have the home advantage, right? There's all neutral ground. So that's one thing. But Chennai, when they're given their natural habitat, I think they're literally the lions. I mean, proper kings. And
Yeah, I think because of the way it's scheduled, they don't get to play any games in Chennai. They have to play all their games in Mumbai, and then the other games are split in Chennai. They've kind of organized it awkwardly. This is the rules we have to work with in the pandemic, but they've done a good job getting the tournament on. Also, I really, we talked about the Punjab Kings a couple of days ago, but I really like the performance they put in so far as well. Just a very, it's quite attractive cricket to watch. Like, I know a lot of traditionalists will say, oh, it was a slogathon, it was a hitathon, but sometimes it's still quite pleasing to see the ball go across the boundary and see crazy scores. I thought that was quite good. The Punjab Kings and the Rajasthan Royals match. So tomorrow, Sritama, it's Sunrisers Hyderabad versus Royal Challengers Bangalore. Who's your money on? Who's winning tomorrow's game?
SRH. I mean, I told you, Rashid Khan here. He has to rule. Come on, like we saw Chahar today, so he has to do it. And SRH had an off game to start with, but they're definitely going to bounce back tomorrow. It's not going to be easy for RCB. RCB still don't have a death over specialist. They are counting on Harshal Patel. Natarajan had a bad first game, but tomorrow death overs, like watch out for Natarajan. I have this gut feeling.
Okay, that's interesting. It'll be interesting to see what Natarajan does in the death overs. tomorrow. We'll be back on post-match chat tomorrow. We'll have 2 post-match chats, one for the 3rd international T20 between South Africa and Pakistan, and one for the IPL as well. We're going to have a post-match chat. Sorry?
Deciders निकाल ही लेते हैं पाकिस्तान और साउथ अफ्रीका कैसे भी.
नहीं वो अभी डिसाइडेड 4 मैच है, अभी उन्होंने 4 मैच खेलने.
हाँ 4, like T20s are 4, right?
Well, they do very strange things in Pakistan and South Africa. Again, we'll have the post-match chat on that, and then we'll have another one for the every day of the IPL. I've got fantastic contributors like Sritama coming in and reviewing the games with me. So if you like what we're doing, please hit that subscribe button and retweet and share, and जो भी करते हैं just चलवा दो यार, channel हमारा चलवा दो.
पता है लोगों को सब करो मतलब.
हाँ पता है ना, तो करो तो सही.
हाँ सबको पता है.
And please put in the comments who you think is going to win the IPL this year. I'm very curious to get loads of perspectives. I don't want to hear.
Who do you think?
Who do I think? I'm broadcaster impartial, Sritama. Thank you for reminding me, so I can remind people. Okay, BBC Sport. I'm still commentating on BBC Sport and BBC 5 Live Sports Extra on selected matches of the IPL. I think the next match I'm commentating is this Saturday. If I had to put my money on a team, I'd probably go Delhi Capitals. I think they just seem like an organized unit. Before today, I would really have strongly leaned towards Kolkata Knight Riders as well, because I just think Owen Morgan is a phenomenal captain. But there's only so much captaincy you can do when you're in the dugout and your team isn't playing up to the run rate. The way they kind of folded today makes me question how far, how they'll do in the crunch tight games. But I think, Delhi Capitals, I feel like it might well be their year. I've had a few contributors who back them. There's no bias here, I promise. I've never been to Delhi. I've never been anywhere in India. Hopefully,
but you're wearing a cap. Like when I joined, I was like, okay, he's wearing a Delhi Capitals cap, is it? No.
This is London Spirit. No, I'm not. This is for the.
I noticed it. I'm just saying, like the first look, you take a first look and you think to Delhi Capitals.
No. I'm impartial. If I as I say, the kit. Manoj Dimri asked me as well. And I told him the kit that I like the most is the pink one, because it reminds me of Bret the Hitman Hart, who was my favorite wrestler. So that's the only thing I give away. I am impartial. I'm in it for the cricket. So anyway, Sritama, thank you so much for joining us. Guys, you know Sritama online. She's very, very funny. She put out an especially funny tweet today. You got to follow her and support her. She's brilliant. And obviously support and like and do all the stuff on this channel. We'll be back tomorrow with 2 more post-match chats. Until then, post-match chat is done.